Hello, what's up guys? I'm Kyle from KGR, and an Amazing Yamaguchi Bakugo is finally coming out. There is no prototype, it's just an announcement, so literally this is all that I saw. That's it. So this video is mainly just going to be discussion, speculation, what I want to see out of the figure. But before I talk about what I want to see out of the Amazing Yamaguchi Bakugo, I want to talk about two other figures. I want to talk about the Amazing Yamaguchi Midoriya, which I've done a review on him as well as All Might, so wait till the end of the video. I could probably have those cards ready for you. And I've also did a review on the Figma Bakugo, which if you want to see that, I don't know, probably be ready at the end too. Because this figure could be great, but it also could have some problems. Let's first talk about Midoriya. Midoriya was so close to being an S tier figure from Amazing Yamaguchi, but unfortunately every review that I saw when I did my review, and even when I read the comments or even hopped on Twitter about this figure, everybody had different issues with this figure. So clearly there is a quality control issue with that figure, and I'm not sure how many quality control issues it has with the whole company. I never really looked into the other figures, which is really disappointing because it's such a good looking figure. It captures the anime look so well. In fact, it did it better than a Figma in my opinion. It came with so many good accessories to really make you really show off what you want to do, where your imagination was really the limit. But with the Figma Bakugo, I had a few issues with it. I mean, like, technically it's the best Bakugo figure we're gonna have for a while until this Amazing Yamaguchi comes out. But just because it's the best, that doesn't mean it's good. It's only best by default. The main problem I had with the Figma is, if you compare it to the Nendoroid, which is the same company, the Figma was very lacking in comparison. With the Nendoroid, it had a swappable head so you could take off his mask and his spikes and everything, and it also had swappable arms so you could take off his giant grenade arms and had his little metal thing or whatever was under whenever he like detonated one of his grenades. So it made the figure a lot less bulky and more posable. Unfortunately, now it's only on the Nendoroid, not the Figma, which I believe was probably better to go on the Figma because he's a posable action figure. You want to put him in different poses. But unfortunately, the Figma kind of restricts the articulation. There's nothing like on the figure itself that's restricting it to make it bad, except for its elbows only doing 90-degree bends. But because it's from Figma, like, they don't do anything special to do like butterfly joints or try to extend that articulation. The Figmas are known to have very clean sculpts and clean looks on the figures, and it has decent articulation. It does do really good, but when it comes to action-packed characters like, let's say, Naruto. With Naruto, they did it in SH Figure Arts, and they did a really good job with it for the most part. But with Figma, they have a set style. They stick to what their sculpts are like. When you get one Figma, you know what to expect out of other Figmas. While with SH Figure Arts, for example, every figure is really different. Like, they always try to find new ways to like improve the figure every once in a while. Like with the Figma, we only got two faces. We got a shouting face with bloodshot eyes, which is accurate, but we also got one where he's smiling. Why would there be a face of him smiling? Bakugo doesn't smile. So, let me discuss what I want to see out of the Amazing Yamaguchi Bakugo. Like I said with the Nendoroid, I want to see the swappable heads where you can take off his mask and spikes. I want to be able to take off their grenade arms and put on his normal arms. So it gives him a lot more range to like pose and just look normal. Because the Figma is such a bulky figure, it makes it harder to pose. And also very fragile. I want to see a frowning face. I want to see him just look pissed off, not like smiling. I just want to see like a frown. I want to see a shouting face as well. I want to see bloodshot eyes. And speaking of eyes, I mean, obviously I want to see him looking straight, left, right, whatever. But I also would probably like to see like him like having his eyes all white when he's screaming so much. Like, you know, when like he's like slanted and angry and it's all white. Like, hopefully you know what I'm talking about. I would also like to see a much stronger muscle tone as well. Like on the Figma, like I guess it's based on like the early look of Bakugo, where like he wasn't like super bulky and muscular, I guess. I wouldn't say he's bulky, but his muscle tone is so prominent. You can definitely see that on him. Like with the Figma Hiroshima, here you can see all those muscles. It looks fantastic, but on Bakugo you don't see that. And also with season 5 coming up, Bakugo's gonna have an all new look. I kind of want to see that on this figure, to be honest. I would love for them to wait until that look comes out and then make him look like that, because then we could have an updated figure. I was asking some people on Twitter and Instagram, but I don't know what all they want to see. Like, I remember I talked to the figure artist on Instagram, which he makes some excellent shots. He said how he just wants some other effect parts. I'm like, but what other effect parts though? I want to see something specific. Like with the explosion pieces, for example, on the Figma, it worked really well. I think it looks fantastic. I don't know how else I would like that to be improved. Like, it did a good job on its own, but the main thing I want to see is just, hopefully, the newer costume. I want to have the spikes and mask off. I want to have the swappable arms. And I wonder what explosion, like, words that we're going to have in the background, because I don't think they're going to say smash. I can expect one saying die, because he says that a lot, but I don't know. There's a lot that could possibly happen with this figure, but I don't know what all I want to see out of it. Whenever the figure does get announced, I will try and talk about it as soon as I can, and I'm super excited to see this figure come out. Like, if it comes out, I'm gonna do a review on it, so if you want to see that, subscribe if you're new. When it comes to the Figmas, I plan on reviewing them really soon. Like, I have Midoriya and Bakugo done, but I already have the other 3. I have Kirishima, Todoroki, and Uraraka. Unfortunately, some of the Figma joints on Todoroki and Kirishima broke, but I'm getting replacement parts in real soon, so I can fix them real quick. But I do plan on doing a review on Uraraka soon enough. So let me know in the comments if you're super excited for this figure. What all do you want to see out of this? I read the comments, so I really would love to hear what you guys say about this figure. I think I'm going to be more excited about Amazing Yamaguchi My Hero Academia figures compared to Figma, because with Amazing Yamaguchi, like, I can swap the eyes out and the faces out separately and create even more dynamic poses. Like, it is going to be fantastic. I hope that the sculpt actually looks solid like Midoriya, which I'm sure it will, but we'll see what happens. But man, God, I can't wait for this figure. It's going to look so good. And if you're new and you like what you saw, you know what to do. In the description, there'll be my social media. I highly recommend you check out my Instagram, because I take pictures of action figures all the time, and I think you would love it. But more importantly, let me know how you feel about this figure coming out and what you want to see out of it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys to death, and I guess I'll see you on the next one. So, peace.